KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is sharing a very personal story about the fires tonight. His aunt has lived in the Palisades for decades and didn't know if her home survived the inferno. She asked Tom to check on it for her, and he did, holding his breath while recording the visit with a cell phone camera. And here's what he found.
My cousin Kristen Golden's surprise 50th birthday party just 2 days before Christmas. My aunt, Ann Waite, hosted it at her house on Bollinger in the Palisades, where she's lived since the 1970s.
This is the view coming in off Bollinger.
How would it be possible that in just a couple of weeks, my aunt's neighborhood would look like this?
Look at this. Everything is gone.
Complete and utter destruction and devastation. Every house around my aunt's is gone. Only a few houses in the entire area remain intact. On the day the fire started, my aunt wasn't too worried. She snapped a few photos of the smoke from the backyard. But then the evacuation orders came. She complied, leaving with almost nothing. When I arrived at work, I was sent to the Palisades.
There's no visibility.
As day turned to night, the terrifying inferno raged, and it exploded. The Palisades was burning.
There is so much burning right now.
It was like nothing I had ever experienced as a SoCal native or as a reporter covering fires here for more than a decade. The next day, my aunt and my cousins, Kristen and Brian, were told their childhood home was gone, burned to the ground. But then came news the house might still be standing. I raced over to see what was left. By some miracle, it basically was untouched. The moment was overwhelming.
Oh my God, the house is okay. The house, everything's fine.
The euphoria of seeing my aunt's house still standing turned to sheer panic because the house next door, just feet from my aunt's, was on fire. The hero firefighters on scene from LA and San Francisco were battling the flames with everything they had. Still, I figured I only had a few minutes to grab some photos and valuables, and then another stroke of luck. Two of my coworkers, Rena and Assad, happened to be driving by in the news van and saw me. They jumped into action, helping me grab whatever valuables we could.
I just ran into my colleague Rena.
LAPD officers even swooped in like superheroes to assist.
Get a bag here.
Thank you so much.
We loaded up my car. Firefighters stayed. They were relentless. They would get the upper hand. My aunt's house was safe, at least for now. Our family is so lucky, but it's hard to feel joy when you look around and realize how many other people lost everything. In that same hour, my parents asked me if I could check another home, the house of their lifelong friends who also live in the Palisades. Their house was gone, and I had to tell them. So much lost, so much heartbreak, but I know the story isn't over. People are resilient. We can rebuild, and we will. And one day we'll all get to go back to the Palisades and celebrate, but only after we help those who lost it all. Tom Waite, KCAL News.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautifully done by our Tom Wade, who is such a wonderful, wonderful person and who was out there a week ago today, this night, just, witnessing, taking all of that destruction and fire and heat and smoke and destruction. So I'm so, so happy that he was able to go not only see his aunt's house, but get some things out of there and tell her that it's still standing, that it's okay.
Yeah, because we know when he was out there in the Palisades that first night, that in the back of his mind was